It's a story, and this is a case with a lot of Roald Dahl stories. It's a story about outsiders. So it's a story about the BFG and Sophie who find each other. They're two outsiders. They're remote from their worlds, and they find a way to come together and really kind of defeat bad aspects of our world. And I think that, given what we're living through at the moment, I think that's actually quite pertinent. I play Child Chewer, and I'm one of the 9 nasty giants, so collectively we're kind of the antagonists of the piece, if you like. And then we had 3 weeks rehearsal before we actually started shooting to kind of work on the physicality and all that kind of stuff, with a wonderful guy called Terry Notary, who kind of led us into the whole physical world of performance capture and stuff like that. So yeah, that's who I am.
The evil giants torment the BFG. What was it like working with a wonderful talent in Mark Rylance?
It was brilliant. He is a lovely man, and he couldn't have been more generous and more collaborative, and it was a real thrill to work with him.
A thrill I would also imagine to work with Steven Spielberg. What makes him unique, do you think, as a force behind the camera?
I think what was extraordinary was that, iconic figure, and he's been at the center of this world for over 40 years, but he was still the most energetic, the most fun guy on set, and he absolutely wanted to make the best film and tell the best story that he possibly could. So to see that energy that was still so apparent today was such an inspiration. I don't know that there was a particular moment, but the overall, to spend 2 or 3 months in that kind of environment with that level of talent is something that I'll take with me for the rest of my life.
Final question, do you have a message to fans about why they must go and see this film before you leave?
Well, you must go and see it because it's one of the iconic British stories of the last 30 years. So I think to miss out would be a huge mistake.
Well, you dress up in a pink, not pink, but grey pajamas, and you put dots on him, and you put dot in his eyes, and then you give him a helmet with a camera that goes like this, and that's sort of how we do it. Motion capture, it's called. It's sort of like the process of Gollum in the Lord of the Rings films.
What was your experience like working with one of the great geniuses of cinema in Steven Spielberg?
Pretty good. It was really awesome. It was pretty unbelievable.
What makes him, do you think, so unique, so special as a director?
I think just Steven has a love for film, has a love for stories, and I think it just shines through his films. And he's really extraordinary in working with young actors like Ruby, who plays the lead in the film. Her performance is beautiful, and of course Mark's too. But so he has a touch that is just so wonderful. Well, I think the story is about friendship, about being brave, about loneliness, and I don't know. I mean, Mark and Ruby they just get a connection that just really makes you feel so good when you watch the film. This is really lovely.